YouTube family. I know I'm looking kind of crazy today because I'm like in a car, but I was bored and I realized that I haven't did an update video, but I have decent lighting right now, so I'm gonna just go ahead and just take the lighting as it is. I've been so busy between working and trying to get my life back together and stuff like that, so basically, I'm just about to do this review for you guys. I know it's been a while. I haven't did an initial review. I'm so sorry about that. But as far as the install goes. But I really apologize about that. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into the review. I had this hair in for about a month and a half. Sorry, not a month and a half, a month and a week. I had this hair in. The hair, I didn't disclose the vendor in my first video because I like to get a feel of the hair, because I don't want to say a vendor and then everybody goes and buys from the vendor and then next thing you know they don't have no good hair, anything like that. So I wanted to see the longevity of the hair as far as me taking care of it and everything. But the vendor that I got it from, he's famous on BHM. His name is Anson. And he has a store on Aliexpress, but he's more of, a fan. He has more of a fan base on BHM than he does on YouTube. There's very few people that has YouTube videos about him. Right now, the ones that I'm uploading, I'm one of them. Nubian Tokyo's another one, and I know like 2 other people also has reviews up there about his hair. But the hair that I tried was the Malaysian curly hair. I was looking for a curly vendor and researching a curly vendor for a very long time, guys. A very, very long time. Because anytime I went on the YouTube, I'm just very particular about curly hair. Because for one, I need one that's going to blend with my hair, so it can't be too kinky and it can't be too loose. So I've seen other vendors up there, however, it's like with the curly hair, it will start curly down here to come down straight. I didn't want that. I wanted my hair to be curly all the way through where I didn't have any problems whatsoever. But basically, after I did my research and cut my losses, I decided to go with Anson. So I did go with Anson, and I've been happy ever since. I believe that I really found my curly hair vendor. And I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of these hair companies that sell curly hair gets their curly hair from him, because it's beautiful. Just to show you guys the curl patterns, this is the curls on it. I love the curls because it's actually really curly, and that's some of the hair in the back. But I'm gonna just show you guys in the front. The lengths that I have in is a 26, 24, 22, and an 18. And I cannot explain to you guys about this hair. Let me start off. I'm going to start off with the cons first, because I like to end my videos on a good note. But the cons, I could probably say that the ends get a little bit dry and frizzy, but there's plenty of ways that you guys can avoid that. Like 2 ways that I've tried. I tried getting the Garnier Fructis Curl Calm Down Cream, I think, or Curl Cream Calm Down, something like that. And that worked, and so did the Moroccan Argan Oil. Now, as far as the maintenance go, the maintenance can be a pro and it can be a con. The reason why I say it can be a con is that if you're lazy, curly hair is not for you. You have to really invest time. Like, when I have my straight hair in, I could literally get up, take my flexi rods out, brush my hair, finger comb it, and I was out the door. Not with curly hair. Curly hair, you gotta take the time to make your mixture, to get your products that you're gonna use, to wet your hair enough to give it enough time to dry for when you go outside, or if you try to go outside with the wet look and it dries in the street. But however, it is a lot of work. So being lazy equals no curly hair for you. I'm just sorry. This is my first curly hair, but I was ready and invested in the time. So I'll tell you, it takes me about 15 minutes to do my curly hair. That's with the detangling process, putting all the products in, letting it sit and dry, because I don't touch it once it's dry. When it's drying, I don't touch it, because once you start to play with it, you could disrupt the curl pattern and it starts to get really big. And I have 4 bundles of hair in my head, so it's going to get really big. Do you need 4 bundles? No. So as far as the pros, when I got the hair and I washed it, it didn't bleed any color. It's a natural brown, which is what I like. The curls are from the beginning to the end, so you don't have to worry about that. I straightened a piece of the hair, it curled back up, which is wonderful. But for me, for curly hair, I don't plan on straightening this curly hair because once it's not coming from your head. That's number one. So once you disrupt the curl pattern, it's not like your hair can provide the nutrients and the oils to go ahead and bring it back to that exact same pattern. So I know once I keep putting heat on it, it's going to straighten, it's going to damage, and I don't want to do nothing like that. Once I buy curly hair, I buy curly hair to have curly hair, not to have curly hair to straighten it and to do all that stuff. That's what I have straight hair for. But other than that, I have no complaints about this hair. The wefts were amazing. I do get some shedding, but that shedding comes from me cutting my wefts, because I also sealed them, but I also cut many wefts, because the way that I did my 3/4 wig, I used the IV no part closure method, and with that you do have to cut your wefts to get that type of effect. I only have like this much hair out, and that's this at the front. It's just this that I have out. But other than that, everything is great. Sorry, I'm just trying to think as I go along, because this is like very, very, very random. I spoke about the shedding, tangling. Okay, for curly hair, for this to be curly hair, it doesn't tangle that much. It's amazing, because I usually see a lot of girls walking in the street and they have curly hair, and no matter what grade it was, whether it was a great grade, a good grade, or a bad grade, it all tangled and matted. Now I do get some tangling in the nape area because of the fact that's the most part they get the friction. However, the way that I can minimize that is that when I put my argan oil in my hand, I make sure to get it in the nape area so that it don't be dry and it still has some oil where I can go ahead and get this out of, get the tangle out. But the hair does not tangle, it does not mat. The curls can hold for like about 2 or 3 days. Sometimes I don't have to do my hair for 2 days, especially if I like 2-strand twist it and just take it out. I don't have to do it. It's like literally a wash and go. So that is another thing that is amazing about the hair. Other than that, will I recommend him? Yes, I would recommend him. I haven't tried any of his Peruvian hair, anything like that, but I just tried his Malaysian curly, so I can only speak about his Malaysian curly. So it's been like I said, it's been a month and a week. So I know that this hair can last about a good 2 or 3 months if you take care of it the way that you're supposed to, and everything. I never had a bad experience on Aliexpress. A lot of people talk about bad experiences, but I never experienced a bad experience on Aliexpress as of yet. And I don't want to start because I do my research very thoroughly. I come on YouTube, BHM, I do Google, everything. I need to make sure, excuse me, I need to make sure that what I'm buying is going to be, whether or not you buy from them, it's going to be a chance, and that was a chance I was willing to take, and I'm very happy with my chance. The reason why I didn't disclose the vendor at first is because I didn't want you guys to jump on the bandwagon and buy the hair, and the hair is not for you or anything like that. I want to show that there was some longevity in the hair first before I do it. But to give you guys another look at the hair, here's the hair. And oh my god, guys, like, I love the fact that the ringlets go all the way to the ends. Like, it really do. But other than that, I'm sorry, I always say other than that. But you know when you have that one thing that you say all the time? That's what I say all the time. Other than that, whatsoever, so on and so forth. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to upload another video, maybe later today or tomorrow, basically about the products that I use on the hair, because I'm still learning what products work with the hair and what combination of products work with the hair. When I first got the hair, I was using Garnier Fructis products. Most of them worked, but some of them work better alone rather than in a combination. So then I started to switch over to the Shea Moisture line. So, like this morning, I started seeing that the Shea Moisture line probably works a little bit better, because all I did was, matter of fact, I know what the problem was. Too much product could really not work. Before, I used to put the leave-in conditioner by Garnier Fructis, a serum, a curl calm down cream, then I'll put the gel and then a mousse. And it seemed like my hair would like tangle a lot, especially in the nape area, and I figured that it must be because of too much product. So what I did this morning and for the past week, the only thing I've done was to put the Shea Moisture conditioner in the water, mix in the bottle, spray my hair down, detangle it, and then I'll take the Moroccan argan oil, put it in my hand, put the oil here, put it in the nape so it won't tangle or anything, and then voila, it's like it's been smooth and it hasn't did anything. It's so soft, it's movable, it's not stiff or anything like that. So like I said, that's what I love about this hair and getting to know it. But I'm gonna go ahead and upload another video showing all the products that I use. And if you guys have any questions about this hair or anything that you may want to talk to me about in regards to this hair, then you just go ahead and leave a question in the drop box, and then I'll go ahead and get back to you, and you know the drill. So thank you guys for tuning in on my random review and update in my vehicle. Excuse the steering wheel, but in my vehicle, and that's about it.